name is Naomi Kemp and I'm the Chair of the Australian Institute of Health and Safety. It's my honour to be presenting the 2020 Award for Health and Safety Innovation for a Small to Medium Enterprise. To be eligible for this award, the organisation must have created or modified a health and safety idea within Australia and applied it to Australian work environment within the last 12 months. In assessing the nominations for this award, judges were looking at how the innovation could be related to new products, processes or services, or how the innovation has had the potential to change overall health and safety. It was important for the nominees to show how the innovation idea was identified, how its success was measured, how the opportunity for innovation was evaluated and having value to the organisation, and if it was implemented in a business environment, what advantages did the innovation give or bring to the organisation? The finalists for the Health and Safety Innovation Small to Medium Enterprise Award are
Finalist, EPS Worldwide, the Pier Hole Protector. The Pier Hole Protector is a heavy-duty polypropylene cover that completely secures the top of a freshly excavated pier hole until concrete is poured. 4 teeth secure it into the surrounding ground area, ensuring it does not move. It eliminates the risk of falls into the pier hole, of rubbish and debris entering, and the risk of the hole filling with water from unexpected weather or other forms of direct water flow. Finalist FBR Hadrian X. Growing global population and technological advancement amid a shortage of bricklayers led to the development of FBR's revolutionary bricklaying robot, Hadrian X. Hadrian X is the world's first autonomous end-to-end robotic bricklayer, capable of building brick or block structures outdoors from a 3D CAD model without human intervention. Hadrian X is also the first application of the Dynamic Stabilization Technology, DST, which measures dynamic interference, such as weather, in real time, and counteracts this movement to maintain stability and deliver unprecedented precision. At present, Hadrian X is capable of laying an optimized block once every 30 seconds and can build a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in under 3 days. Finalist PoleGrab. PoleGrab is a ladder safety fall control securing system, allowing the climber to be safe and secured before you climb from the ground. PoleGrab brings pole top rescue to the 21st century. If there is an incident whereby there's an unfortunate fall or slip from the ladder, the person will be able to descend to the ground, self-rescue safely. Or if they are unconscious, it allows for the third-party rescuer to also be secured whilst they safely lower the casualty to the ground, ensuring both remain safely secured at all times. PoleGrab is an innovative system that allows an extension ladder to be secured to a pole before taking one step off the ground, and the person is harnessed to a safety line, minimising the risk of a fall. Finalist Trieste, the FEND solution. An industrial solution to an occupational problem, FEND. Fumes, exhaust, noise and dust. Trieste has developed a range of patented tech-enabled mobile wet scrubber extraction controls and associated services that helps companies control, monitor and manage site-based hazardous health-related activities and risks, ensuring workers keep safe and companies comply with their workplace health and safety obligations and mitigate legal threats. Trieste partners with builders to help protect their workers and businesses from pollution hazards caused by fumes, exhaust, dust and noise. And the winner of the Health and Safety Innovation Award, Small to Medium Enterprise, is FBR.
Congratulations to FBR on winning the 2020 Health and Safety Innovation Small to Medium Enterprise Award. I now would like to invite Ian Council to accept the award and make a short presentation about the innovation responsible for today's acknowledgement.
Thank you for the opportunity to showcase FBR in the Australian Institute of Health and Safety 2020 Workplace Health and Safety Awards for innovation. Let me share with you a bit of an overview of FBR and our journey of transformation. FBR Limited is listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. It designs, develops and builds and operates dynamically stabilized robots to address global needs. These robots are designed to work outdoors using the company's core dynamic stabilization technology, or often referred to as DST. DST measures the end position of the boom and in real time corrects a high speed and dynamically responsive robot so it can place the product, in this case the block, over distance accurately with stability and precision. FBR is commercializing products for the construction sector together with other solutions for other industries such as defense. Hadrian X is the world's first autonomous end-to-end robotic bricklayer, capable of building brick or block structures outdoors from a 3D CAD model without human intervention. Our journey of transformation, we know humans have been laying bricks in the same way for the past 6,000 years, until now. What started with an idea looking at the global population and technology advancement amid a shortage of bricklayers led to the development of FBR's revolutionary bricklaying robot, Hadrian X. Through 100 prototypes, 150 engineers, millions of dollars investment, countless iterations have brought this one industry-changing idea to life. Let me share with you our story and the journey of Hadrian X.
Mike was sitting around at home doing nothing.
Can I just clear that up? I was actually rehabbing from spinal surgery, so, you know, there was a reason why I was sitting
Yeah, like I said, he was sitting around at home doing nothing, moping, feeling sorry for himself. And I said, Mike, if you're that crazy, why don't you come and work for me? I'll pay you nothing and you can lend me some money.
I said, all right, well, it must be an interesting job. He went, oh yeah, it's interesting. Get on a plane and get over here.
The idea for the machine evolved over quite a long period of time, actually. The original idea was for a different machine, but there wasn't much market potential for that, so it sat dormant in my mind for quite a while until there was a shortage of bricklayers in 2005. Between 2005 and 2008, we were funded enough to make pretty good progress, and then when the GFC came along in 2008, the timing of that was absolutely impeccable in all the wrong ways. Yeah, what we had was a machine that was basically built but not working. And just as we'd got our information memorandum organised to do that, and of course all the big companies involved went back to their core business. So I had to resurrect my old engineering business and just kept enough work going on Hadrian that it didn't die. I knew the potential for the project was so big.
You know, Mark found a way to keep the project just alive with just a pulse. He eventually takes me up the workshop and showed me the Hadrian 105, which was just this big yellow machine, and I said, what the hell is that? He said, well, it's a machine that lays bricks. And we had a bit of a crawl over it and, you know, sort of spun my imagination around a little bit. A lot of time went by, that machine sat idle. The project sat idle for nearly 6 years, and I think the timing of me coming in there, a time when I think people were tired of living and operating in a low or no stimulus environment. And I don't know how many pairs of shoes I wore out, going from office to office or boardroom to boardroom, trying to explain to people what this meant if it worked and the potential for it. And, you know, at the times people were like, well, why do you need a machine to lay a brick? You know, there's people for that. But without understanding the overriding problem, which is what kicked the project off initially, the technology that sits behind this machine, the enabling technology, was something that he put together in his head before it had an application. What the capital markets or investors want to understand was what came first, the technology or the idea. When somebody had a particular pain point or a problem, Mark was able to apply that technology that he'd developed some years earlier to a machine that could lay a brick or a block. The technology that he had conceptualized was still 10 years away from being able to work because computing speed, data rates simply weren't there. Laser technology simply was not where it needed to be. but he knew what was coming. He's able to think 10 years forward and understand where technology is going to be a decade away and start to build a plan around having access to 3 times the data rate, or much higher levels of technology in different aspects of what it is we're trying to do, and be patient enough to wait for that technology to develop and catch up. A machine that can lay a brick relates to anybody that's ever built a house. Everybody can connect with this, and it's a great story, and a lot of people got involved with this project, not because they wanted anything out of it, because they wanted to see the damn thing succeed. You know as well as I do, there were people that helped us on this journey that worked for nothing, because it just seemed so interesting. And we'd sit around looking at this static machine, we'd sit around on drums or milk crates because we didn't have chairs, and we'd dream about where we could be in a year's time if we did this, this or this. And then we went about doing those things, and we did that for 3 years without a buck coming through the door.
Well, we did some crazy things, like employing uni students to work on it through Gumtree ads, It's not really normal.
But they're still working for us now. We employed them, we gave them an opportunity to, do some work whilst they were studying for their degrees. And they learned enough about this project and had enough understanding of what we were trying to do that they've now become some of the most valuable people in our team. I do remember building the very first structure that we've got very excited about, which didn't excite a whole lot of other people because it was just like a square box, but that was almost like the Wright brothers taking their first flight. We quickly put a program in place where we'd build something like a small granny flat or something, didn't we? Like a small structure with a couple of rooms and a pillar out the front. And we programmed the machine up, and we got the team together, and we said, righto, we're going to start here and finish there, and we don't know how long it's going to take, but we're going to build this structure and we're going to show the world what the machine could actually do. And that was the tipping point. That's where everything changed.
Yeah, so quite a few things happened. We won WA Innovator of the Year award. We started talking with Caterpillar.
And let's not forget that first trip to the States, it came off the back of a call from the guys at Brick and Mortar Ventures in San Francisco who said, is it true that you guys are not using wet mortar, you're using construction adhesive? And we said, yeah, that's right. We went to San Francisco, we went to Washington, we were in a Tesla flying down the freeway through Silicon Valley on our way to NASA. People wanted to see us. I mean, we're not public people, we're pretty private people, but people wanted to talk to us. They wanted to know us more as people and who were the people behind this potential new technology, and that was different. Mark, Gary and I thought that we'd be taking that yellow machine out there, the 105, to work ourselves. If no one else believed that this could be done, the 3 of us were going to take that machine out and we were going to build houses with that machine, and we're going to try and make enough money off it over time to build a second one. We had a plan. I remember we did a spreadsheet on this, and we thought, we start working this one and we charge 65 cents a brick, and we can do a house a fortnight, and we all eat bread and Vegemite. Within 18 months we could potentially have enough money to build a second one, and that wasn't all that long ago.
What's been a continual theme is just the scope of what we're doing keeps growing. When we built and demonstrated 105, it was about showing that the technology worked. And then when we started building Hadrian X, it was all about building the first commercial machine. Now it's about how do we scale that to build 3,000. The scope of what you're doing with that machine is getting in globally and actually changing the way construction's done.
In looking at some of the current construction industry's challenges, we know an average house generates around 17 cubic metres of waste. And that obviously has significant financial and environmental cost attributed to errors and over-ordering. With Hadrian X, the solution is from a 3D CAD model, we have an exact bill of materials and it produces far less waste than traditional construction methods. We can optimise the build, knowing how many blocks it takes for the build, but also looking to minimise the number of cuts involved as well. Another challenge in Australia is the houses are often delivered late. Hadrian X is capable of building the walls of a house in as little as a day with the full transparency of the project plan before commencement. And really in the health and safety, focus. We know from Safe Work Australia, 35 construction workers are seriously injured each day in Australia. And Hadrian X presents an end-to-end solution, making construction sites safer. We can eliminate the need to work in heights, and also we can eliminate the hand injuries from cutting of blocks and handling of blocks. So let me introduce you to Hadrian X and where we are today. Some advice for others in turning ideas into reality. We know many employees and organisations come up with some ideas, and that's relatively easy and fast. I think for organisations, they certainly must provide the time and resources to take that great idea, to refine it, experiment, and make it a solution. And at FBR, we have invested in a culture of innovation where we attract talented people who want to experiment, take risk, fail safely, of course, but push the boundaries to succeed. What we have done at FBR is implement a structured process to identify problems and work on these solutions. That structured process we used was 8D, a process where we can identify problems, record them, investigate them, and really make a difference to provide a solution to those problems.
Thank you, Ian, and congratulations again. Thank you all for watching today's presentation, and thank you to our sponsors for making the Australian Workplace Health and Safety Awards possible.